cut my nose off. They're not soft.
That'll keep your nose from running.
Yeah.
Okay, so hopefully you reset your calculator. We don't have to
No.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Second plus 7. Second plus 7.
Chill out. 7. Oh, my calculator says my batteries are low.
Just push clear. Keep going.
So second plus 7. 1, 2.
For all new or
Ram clear.
Then second plus 7, 2, 2.
7. Oh.
Or you do it all in one step by doing second plus 7. Go over to all. Enter 2.
That's
all I have.
They like scratch your nose.
Take some with you. No, just tear off a piece because somebody else might need some. At any point, there's a possibility of tears from any one of us. So we need to keep that accessible.
tears after my nose breaks. Yes.
Have you had one?
Yes.
I've had 4.
All right, here we go. So what we're learning is they can give us multiple representations in the same picture. And sometimes we have to look at them individually. And sometimes we can look at them collectively as well. For example, tell me what you know about angle 9, 2, 3, and I'm going to call this one in here 15. What would you know about those?
They share R. One point.
Okay. They all have the same vertex. And what else? If you add them all together, they equal 180. Because all of their bases put together form this line. Now, line is an angle that has a measure of 180. Very clear to you. Okay, so flip the page. Page 42. You're going to do number 37 through 42. It says, in the figure, how would you read that?
Measure, wait,
No.
I know what the M stands for. Something angle ABE equals.
No. In the figure,
Ray.
Oh, right.
ray BA,
Ray BC are two rays. Ray VH bisects angle EBC.
okay, very good. So there were some important clues in what you just read. Bisect. What does bisect mean?
So it's like 180 and one's like.
No.
Instead of dissect, it's just not cross over each other. Maybe they cuts it in half.
It cuts it in half.
Wow.
If you cut something in half, you end up with two equal pieces. This equals that. What else?
Angle B, ray VA and BC are opposite.
That means that they make a 180, right?
That's correct. That means they form a line, and a line equals 180. So, here's what you need to do. You need to copy this picture onto your paper. Copy it on your paper. And then in just a minute, if we don't see what we need to see in the picture based on what they've already told us, then we're going to go ahead and mark the picture. Trent?
We're gonna what?
Trent?
Trent!
I'm on fire.
I did not know you were that.
Don't talk to me, man.
Right there.
Sean.
Dude, I did not know shit about that girl.
They're actually finding an angle of them. I wasn't here.
No.
He's got it in his bed.
You draw a little circle.
Why is he still wearing the belt?
Eyeball on my head.
Because that's what it's that's the other day. This is better. This is better.
What? What? All you're doing right now is just copying the picture.
So, how are you? That person doing?
Got it copied?
Yep, I did.
Alright. Now you're using pencil.
Yep.
So
Just
you're
for a second.
using pencil.
I am now.
Every single problem is a new problem that uses the same picture. You only have to draw it once, and then whatever information that you put in this picture, you have an eraser because you use pencil.
Why'd you
You
put a,
can erase it and you can start again.
why'd you put a B in there? I thought it was A, B, C.
Seeing if you were paying attention.
I'd say that too.
Alright. Now in the setup, Shine, I need you to turn around. I need you to not be playing with your shoes.
Shut up, Tom.
One more disruption and somebody's leaving. Knock it off. Alright. Ray BA, ray BC are opposite rays. Find those. Okay, here's BA. Here's BC. Probably going to make a little note here. Make a line equals 180 degrees. Don't know if that's going to be important or not. Probably will be since they mentioned it. And then they said that ray BH bisects angle EBC. Ray BH, ray BH bisects angle EBC. BH bisects angle EBC. Right. We've already got single arcs drawn here. That means that this angle has the same measure as that angle. Now they're telling us that BH is an angle bisector. So that angle has the same measure as that angle. Number 37. If the measure of angle ABE equals 2n plus 7, I'm going to find the angle ABE, and in the angle I'm going to write 2n plus 7. ABE, 2n plus 7.
How did you write that down?
I can't see it.
And the measure of angle EBF equals 4n minus 13. So EBF, this one, 4n minus 13. Find the measure of angle ABE.
Why would it be 13 instead of 14?
4n
Oh, yeah,
minus
my
13.
bad.
So we're supposed to discover what the measure of this angle right here is. ABE. If they don't want an abstract measure like 2n plus 7, they want an absolute measure like 54 degrees, or whatever it happens to be. Now we're going to put on our analyzing, we're going to look at the picture, and we're going to try and find in the picture something that we can use to help us solve for that measure. We notice that in that angle, ABE, it says that it is 2n plus 7. If we knew how much n was, we could just plug it in, work out that expression, we would have the answer. What do we need to do to be able to calculate n?
Find the first.
Get everything to one side, like put all the x's on one side and put our
Sonia, we did
What
that
side
in
of what?
grade.
the equal sign
Where's an equal
in
sign?
the middle of the two.
Middle of 2.
I don't see any equal sign.
You have to put them together.
Yeah.
How?
2n
Mark
plus
them next to
7
each other.
equals 4n minus 13.
Thank you. We have to make something equal. What can we make equal from this picture? How do you know that you can put 2n plus 7 equals 4n minus 13?
What?
How do you know that you can write out the equation 2n plus 7 equals 4n minus 13?
Because they have this, they have the same variable.
That doesn't matter. You're telling me they're equal. How do you know they're equal?
Because it has the little lines inside the angles.
In the original picture, there was one arc here and one arc here. That means that those two angles have the same measure. All right, so we looked at the picture, we found two things that have the same measure, so now we can make something equal. 2n plus 7 equals 4n minus 13. So find me a value for n. Okay, well just go ahead and do it because that's algebra now. The geometry's over. So do the algebra.
Subtract 4.
N's 10.
Hold on, how would you?
That's not the answer though. You gotta
You
put
subtract
4n.
4 and 2? Don't you just said, Skylar?
Listen,
Subtract 4 and 2?
Austin,
You're-
you just do it. Right. Geometry's tough, huh?
It's easy.
You should get this in. I see that.
Okay, so you did the algebra, so n equals what? 10. So n equals 10. If I need to know the measure of angle ABE, Sean, pay attention.
Yes, sir. My posture's excellent.
Ignore her just like you do me most of the time. If you need to know the measure of angle ABE, bam! Use the expression for angle ABE. Plug the 10 in. 2 times 10 plus 7, 27. The measure angle ABE equals 27 degrees.
And it's the same for EBF. Oh, either one.
It would be the same for angle EBF, but they didn't ask us that one.
That's really all you did.
So for the answers, the measure of angle AB equals 27?
Yes.
I don't understand how you got 10.
I don't understand how you got 27.
Me either. It's just the same.
You solve for n?
Yeah. 10.
We took the 10.
Put it back into the
Are we going to do all of these together?
Oh, you're smart. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Alright, now, let's review what we did. Maybe you want to write it down on the side of your paper. What we did first is we put all the information in the picture that we could read about. The second thing that we did is we looked the picture over after we understood what they were asking, trying to formulate a plan of how we were going to get our answer. It usually involves making something equal because that's the only way that you can solve for the unknown. N or X or whatever the variable happens to be. Then you take that value, plug it back in to get the answer that they asked for. Alright, since you did this in pencil, you can erase the 4n minus 13 and the 2n plus 7, and you can use the picture again. Number 38 says, if the measure of angle EBH equals 6x plus 12, EBH.
You want to draw the picture again?
No, you don't have to. You just erase what you wrote before. Alright, EBH. That's this angle right here. Now this one ray is in the way. It's 6x plus 12. So here's how I would write it. I would write 6x plus 12. And that means here's the angle. It's this whole thing right here. Sorry. 6x plus 12. That means it's this whole thing right here.
F. F is not in there.
The measure of angle EBH 6x plus 12. The measure of angle HBC is 8x minus 10. That one doesn't have anything cut in the middle up, so 8x minus 10. Find the measure of angle EBH. Ooh. This is very similar to the last one. Look at the information that they give you. See if you can make something equal to solve for the unknowns.
6x plus
Line
12
B,
equals 8x
bisect.
What, Sean?
I got that for X. And after you do that, in order to get the other number, do you times that by X? Oh, yeah.
Okay. Alright, and you can go on after that. Through 42. Your assignment's 37 through 42. All of them.
The equation is 2 times 5 EBH. The equation on that was 6x plus 12. What did you get for x? Yeah, so there's the lower H. So that would be 611, and then you have to use plus 1. So 611 is